to Faith on Film, a program designed to inform you and keep you aware of everything that's happening in the world of faith and family films. I'm very excited about today's guest. Two for the price of one again. I interviewed these guys back in, about a year ago at Content 19. But I've been wanting to have them for an entire show because I'm telling you, they're a lot of fun. So anyway, here, Daniel Floren is an actor, writer with a taste for honesty, heart, hope, and humor. He has journeyed from Washington to TCU to Los Angeles, and he's honed the keen sense of shaping heartfelt stories. He's acted and written for multiple screen and stage productions from the likes of Trinity Shakespeare to Comedy Central. He's happiest when he's in rehearsals and pitch rooms. However, more than anything, he wants to encourage people through stories built with meaningful logos, pathos, ethos, and Cheerios. Did I read that right? Cheerios. Yeah, that's what's there. Cheerios.
Yeah, it's a big part of who I am.
It's really a big part of who you are. Now, Bradley, on the other hand, Bradley Gosnell is an actor based in Los Angeles. He continues to cut his teeth in the theater world, rotating between producing, writing, directing, and performing, which is what you do in LA, whatever needs to be done. He's an establishing member of Irreverent Shakespeare Project and the sketch team Safety Patrol. Bradley is currently working as a private acting coach and part-time theater teacher at Oaks Christian High School. And he doesn't like Cheerios, he wants Cocoa Puffs.
That's right. At least Honey Nut, you know?
At least honey, yeah.
I like it hard.
So, guys, I'm really excited because I remember how much fun I had when I interviewed you over at Content 19. But you know what? We didn't have time to get into who you guys are, really. So what we want to do is take this first segment and let's learn a little bit about your journey into filmmaking. I guess we can start with Bradley.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Go.
Well, my journey into filmmaking. Well, I grew up in Los Angeles or around these parts. My dad was in the business. He still is. My granddad was in the business. So I come by it naturally. And it's a good thing because I don't know that I'd be good at much else. I grew up acting in theater.
So it's by default.
My whole life. Say again?
It's by default.
Yeah, I mean, you got no choice with some of these things. But I lucked out. So I started doing theater, did a lot of theater, found a passion for that. I went to TCU, which is where Dan and I met, where I majored in theater. A great experience there, and transitioning into a career of acting in Los Angeles. Something that happens, I think, for a lot of actors as they transition from educational or development or youth theater, is they have to ask themselves, well, now that it's a career, what is it about this that I like? Because I enjoyed being talented. I enjoyed the praise. I enjoyed the community. I enjoyed doing what I'm good at, which is true for anyone, right? Whether that's a sports team or anything else. But when you transition to a career, you sort of have to ask yourself, well, what is it about acting in particular? And for me, and that can be all sorts of stuff, but for me, that was telling stories. I love stories. I love good stories. I love stories with good structure and with good messages and with good characters that are deliberate and profound and beautiful and romantic and all that sort of stuff. So it was a really natural transition from acting to writing and from acting to directing because it's all just storytelling for me. And so that's sort of how I got to where I am, which is sort of that hodgepodge of LA creator.
What about you, Daniel, since you like stories with Cheerios?
Yes. So,
you gotta
I
explain
had
that.
my first bowl of Cheerios when I was 4 or 5, and that was it. I was sold. I grew up doing lots of everything. So lots of sports and lots of music and lots of academic stuff. And it wasn't really until I got toward college at TCU that I pivoted towards that I just like felt a pull towards film acting, and I went, okay, so that's what I did. And so I started chasing out film acting at TCU. I was a film major and a theater minor, but I hung out in the theater department all the time, so saw a lot of Bradley, and that's where we got close, and we did improv together. And over the course of doing that, and honestly a lot of like spiritual and emotional development throughout college, I started to realize, oh my gosh, this is just the kind of thing that I feel built for. I'm similar to Bradley. I love storytelling. I love whether I'm like diving into stories as an actor, or I'm like, picking up picking it up with my hands and writing with it as a writer. Whatever the case is, I love doing story stuff. And so that led out to here in Los Angeles, and been working here ever since.
Wow. Now, explain to me, what is this Cheerios thing?
It's a joke from a year and a half ago that we let Dan live down.
I know, yeah. Well, I was like, let's see, ethos. Yes, I love the ethos. Logos. Yes, logos. Pathos. Yes. What's humor? Well, there's not like humoros. Cheerios. That's like as close as I could get. That was my next best guess.
Yeah, when I was preparing my bio sheet and everything, I'm like, what? What is this? Is this an error or what? So I figured, you know what? I'm leaving it, and I'm going with it. So
yeah, well, thank you for not adulterating my fine work.
Yes. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll come back, and I want to talk about the project that actually that we both met about, that we all met about, which is called Gun. What is it? Gun and the Hotel Bible. I was going to say Guns N' Roses, but it's not Guns N' Roses. It's Gun and the Hotel Bible.
No,
okay.
Not yet.
So anyway, you know what? Just stick around there. Don't go away. I know it's getting hot, but we're going to have a good time talking about Gun and a Hotel Bible. Well, folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Encourage TV. Family-friendly and faith-friendly content absolutely free. Subscribe today and watch hundreds of hours of content on our streaming channels. Visit encouragetv.com today.
They say it's really big.
What's really big?
Noah's Ark, silly.
Oh, I know. It's bigger than the size of our house.
It's a little bigger than that.
Like the size of 2 houses. No, 2 houses and a spaceship. I bet it's even bigger than the castle.
Don't be ridiculous. That's impossible.
Only one university in the nation was chosen to demonstrate at the World Equestrian Games, and it's the only Christian university in the South offering an equine management major. Only one university produced the video leading into coverage for the Games, and it's the only university with students hired as part of a broadcast crew for 9 Olympic Games. One university, equipping students for a lifetime of leadership and service. Asbury University. Start here, impact the world.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. I am here with 2 guys that I just can't stop laughing when I talk to these guys. Daniel and Bradley, you guys produced a movie that I remember when I first saw the title, I was like, what in the world is this? And that's, of course, Gun and the Hotel Bible. When I saw that, I was just blown away. There was so much about it. It was not only funny, but it was some great teaching. It was shot just in a very interesting way. People have got to see it, and we'll find out later how they can see it. But can you tell us a little bit about it? What in the world is Gun and a Hotel Bible?
Well, Gun and a Hotel Bible is a film about a guy with a gun who shows up at a hotel, ready to use it. And while he's in his hotel room, camped out in his hotel room, he has to sit there staring at the Bible on the bedside table. And you know how, like, sometimes if you're doing something wrong and it feels like your Bible's staring at you, and you're like, "Shut up, Bible! Stop staring at me! I'm not doing anything wrong." It's like that, except in our movie, the Bible is personified, like played by an actor, and not like so the character Pete, Pete's his name. So Pete, the guy with the gun, now has to have a conversation with this character of the Bible about what he's about to use his gun for, and it all goes down in this hotel room, and we kind of see what happens.
Yeah, it's one scene. There's a bit of a prologue, but essentially the Bible has 40 minutes to talk this character out of his last resort option. And it's a really dramatic premise, and we loved exploring the characters, and it was a blast to write from both of those perspectives. And we find it very dramatic and really fun to write. So we hope anyone who sees it enjoys it. And I'm so glad that you loved it. Thanks so much for coming.
I did. I was blown away. I do have to admit, it is what I call edgy. There's some some things in it that you're, I don't want to say older, but I guess I could say, hey, you're older, very conservative Christian is probably going to go, oh. But but you know what? It was very appropriate for what this was all about, and I did really enjoy it. I couldn't stop laughing just because it was very funny. A conversation with your Bible. I mean, how cool is that? Now. Who was the Bible? It was you, Daniel, right?
Yes, I'm the Bible guy. He's the gun guy.
He's the gun guy. You're the Bible. I tell you, folks, you really got to see this movie because I think it's really going to impact your life. Now, I know I mentioned it when I interviewed you guys the first time that I traveled a lot. I haven't done it since for the past 6 months now because of this COVID thing. But I used to travel a lot, and I do remember seeing the Bible, the Gideon Bible sitting there in the bed, the bedside there. I have to admit, I never had a conversation with it. And to be honest with you,
I'm telling you, those Bibles are interesting. You're missing out.
I am, and to be honest with you, now I'm telling myself I've never picked it up to read.
One of our favorite parts about writing this was that our Bible character is alone in a hotel room, and like all of us going to hotel rooms, we often don't pick up that Bible.
Yep.
So the second that Pete picks up the Bible, the Bible is just so excited to make a friend and so eager to connect with this human being, and it's I really enjoy it because Dan does a great job portraying this character as both,
he did.
Wise and inspired, but also so genuine and so happy to meet someone. And unfortunately, he runs up against this guy Pete, who is at the end of his rope. He's desperate. He's been hurt. He's been hurt by the world, and he has experience in the church. And I think that what you said about this being a little bit messy, or maybe shocking some people, is because at the root of this, it's about, it's about belief, it's about faith, and what makes it a perfect movie for this channel is those conversations about people who have been hurt, and people who want to engage with people who've been hurt, and those experiences both in church and in families and in faith that are so important and important conversations to have, and so that's one of the things that we like most about it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, most millennials, let's say, really want something genuine and authentic. They're not necessarily interested anymore in those real, I don't even know what to call it. Those clean, sanitized versions of movies or whatever. Where I used to tell this Christian producer, I said, "Man, even your worst character is better than most Christians I know." So that's what I liked about it. It's just how genuine the whole story was.
Yeah, life is messy.
Yep. Now, this wasn't originally a movie, though, right? I mean, you guys did this as a stage play.
Yeah, so when we first started off with this story,
humble beginnings.
Yes, we said we originally just wanted to figure out the Hollywood Fringe Festival, where we knew that it was cool, we knew that it did a lot of great stuff, and so we decided, and this idea came up. We said it's a perfect idea for Fringe, so we put it up in conjunction with the Hollywood Fringe Festival in 2018 at a 21-seat theater in Hollywood, and that's where we started, and from there. We were super shocked. We sold out all of our little 20-seat houses, but then we got some awards and we got extended. Yeah, I know. We got some awards and we got extended, and and then we were approached by Embrace Productions, who said like, "Hey, we want to do the movie," and we said, "What do you mean you want to do the movie? Like, what does that mean?" They're like, "We want to shoot the movie in 2 months." And we're like, "Oh my, great!" So we like immediately just adapted the play into a movie and shot it right away. But yeah, definitely, it started in a tiny little hole in the wall theater in Hollywood.
Wow. You know, I can sit like 20 people in my screening room here. Maybe you guys can come and do it in my screening room.
Oh yeah, it would feel like
I
home.
can feel
Yeah.
it.
I gotta say, it looks like a more comfortable place than our theater.
Yes, much more comfortable than our
Well,
original venue.
You know, I mean, I love movies, but I've always I love theater. So to be honest with you, I would love to see this thing again. So if you're ever going to perform it anywhere, you got to let me know, and then,
We will.
and then give me front row seat, okay?
Okay.
And you talked about how the movie was shot. One of the things, because it is one long scene, live, there's a sense of anticipation that comes from
Yes.
one long scene, no breaks. So how to capture that in film, where you are getting establishing shots, what was a trick. And we used a lot of Steadicam. We had a lot of one takes, and really just the production that went behind it. Hats off to them, because transitioning from stage to film is not easy, especially when it's just hit, play, and go. So it was really inventive of them. So
It was definitely accomplished. Tell you what, let's take another break right now, and then when we come back, let's find out what's in the future for you guys. I'm assuming you guys have some plans for something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming wrong. But anyway, we'll find out. Folks, don't go away. We're going to be right back.
You know, I never realized how much work goes into taking care of horses.
You think that's hard? Try taking care of thousands of animals at the same time.
Go ahead. Think bigger.
Just one life, a perfect union. And your heart starts beating hard. I'm gonna keep on dreaming. I wanna feel that love. I wanna get that feeling. I wanna get that feeling.
Christian filmmaking.
Have you ever considered being an actor or director of a major feature film? But what if God is calling you to do just that? Let this be your pulpit.
And you learn filmmaking on 2 backlots, a first century backlot and a small town backlot under the watchful eyes of Christian professional filmmakers like Dr. Mark Kuchin. So what are you waiting for?
469-655-3222. Transformation Film Institute, a place where passion meets purpose.
I wonder if penguins have knees. I wonder how many colors we can't see. I wonder why there's so many stars in the universe. I wonder if we ever looked like apes.
You want to find out?
I wonder if puppies have belly buttons.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. I have been having a blast today with my 2 buddies here, Daniel and Bradley. So we've learned about what Gun in a Hotel Bible is, and I cannot say enough how wonderful this production is, just overall. But that can't be the end of your careers. There's got to be something else you're already working on, I'm sure, or am I assuming wrong?
That's it. We're retiring.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Go out on top.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, as you know, Hollywood is an interesting state right now. A lot of self-tapes, a lot of content coming in from different sources, and we are sort of riding the waves of that content gap and what that looks like. We're doing a lot of writing. Dan, can we talk? You just finished a screenplay.
Yeah, I've just finished a feature, so that's kind of like easing its way into the market right now. So that's great. And then just finished a pilot that's going to be hopefully coming out in a couple months, which I'm really pumped about. And then, honestly, the work on Gun in a Hotel Bible never stops. So we're continuing we're chasing down distribution and we've got some real promising relationships that we're looking into with that, because we still love the movie and we just want to share it with people. So we're excited for more people to be able to see it.
Yeah, we're excited to get it to streaming, and we're excited to also produce some auxiliary content to accompany it. As you said, it can be a tricky movie to watch. And when we started writing it, we wrote it because we thought it was artistically dramatic. We wrote it as artists, and because we were knowledgeable about it. And when we saw how it impacted people, we began to realize how much more this story was more than just a play and something that could help people and help conversations between people. So we're also producing and creating some content that can help guide those discussions for people who are interested in having them. And hopefully make the movie feel not more clean, but a little more approachable.
Now, I don't want people to get the idea that, oh my gosh, what did these guys put in there? It's a clean movie.
You find out. You're never going to believe what happens at minute 25.
Well, you know what, though? Actually, I can see it as being something that alongside of it, you would have some kind of study guide or something to that effect, because there's lessons to be learned with what was done through that movie.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff we're working on. Just stuff that, because we want to give people the same tools that we have used and interfaced with to have conversations with each other about these things. Our real goal is not to convince anyone of anything, honestly. We just want people to be having conversations that they might not be having right now about their doubts and their insecurities or their faith and their trust, but in ways and with people that might not usually enter that conversation. So,
well, I have to admit, it literally gave the Bible to me a personality. The Bible suddenly was not just this book with a lot of pages and things to read. It became a real live person to me. So you guys, I don't even know if you realize what you've accomplished here, because it's really amazing. I cannot say enough.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
And by the way, you said you really would want a lot of people to get the opportunity to watch it. I certainly would love to carry it on Parables. So we need to have those conversations, because I think it would be great.
We'll invite you to a Cheerio meal, and we'll discuss it.
We'll discuss it over Cheerios.
Yes, but definitely the honey coated ones. Those are the ones.
We got them.
Right now, is it already available to be seen somewhere? Can people get it anywhere yet? It's not. So it's still.
Thing you can do to keep a watch for it is check our website, gunindahotelbible.com, or you can follow us on Facebook at Gun and a Hotel Bible, or on Instagram at Gun and a Hotel Bible, and we'll be making all announcements there. It's not available anywhere yet. We're kind of all locked up and in paperwork, so we'll announce there when it's all open.
It's our first time doing this. So we're learning as we go. So stay tuned, and hopefully Isaac's recommendation will keep you guys interested for long enough.
Oh yes, definitely, folks. You've got to go to the website. You've got to follow these guys.
Please check it out.
And you've got to really support it when it does come out, because we got to keep this kind of content, going, and maybe they can do another gun and the New Testament or something. I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, did I just speak something into existence?
Gun in the NIV, gun in the ESV, gun in the NLT,
gun in the Council of Nicaea.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. Again, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys took the little time here to be with me and to share all this with our viewers. So we just we pray for you, and folks, pray for these guys. They've got a lot of work to do. Maybe I'll have you back on when it finally does come out, because we got to find out how it's going. All right?
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it. And we were so happy to hear from you. We loved that interview with you a year ago, and you're on our minds often. So thank you so much for having us on the program. And thanks for interviewing us, and thanks for being a fan of what we do, man. We're a fan of you. So
Thank you.
Excited, very excited to know you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Encourage TV. Family-friendly and faith-friendly content absolutely free. Subscribe today and watch hundreds of hours of content on our streaming channels. Visit encouragetv.com today.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. Gun and a Hotel Bible. That's a movie you don't want to miss. To keep up with it and find out more about it, simply go to gunandahotelbible.com. That's gunandahotelbible.com. And of course, don't forget to write me. I want to hear from you. Simply write me at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. And of course, you can always follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. And also, don't forget to check out Parables TV, a place where you can watch a lot of the movies that we talk about here. Great movies, documentaries, reality shows, just a lot of great content for you and your family. And the best part about it is that it's free. There's no monthly subscription. All you got to do is go and register, and you can start watching all the great content for free. Remember, as I always say, if you want to keep your soul healthy, you got to feed it some good, healthy entertainment like Gun and a Hotel Bible. Till next week, take care.